The next speaker is from Google. She has infinite money. What do you care? So, the ninth thing is you need to lower barriers to adoption. There are 3 key ways to lower the barriers to adoption. The first is to flatten the learning curve. The theory is that you plug your device in and it works. How many of you can change the time on a VCR? These are the liars in the audience. Nobody can change the time in a VCR. Flatten the learning curve. Second point is, don't ask people to do something that you yourself would not do. You know what? You may have a great website, great content, but you ask people to fill out 65 fields of personal information to get the free password. Aren't going to do that. The reason why there's laundry in this picture is because at the Kauai Hyatt Regency, there's a laundry room in every wing of the hotel. This means there's one less revenue-producing rental room. It means that people send out less laundry through the hotel laundry system. And if you went into that laundry room, you would see that the washers and dryers are free. That hotel is not asking you to do something that you yourself would not do. And the third point is to embrace your evangelists. These are the people who carry the battle forward for you. Evangelism is based on the Greek word of bringing the good news. So when you have a great product, there will be people who will bring the good news with your product. You need to pay them. They are people who want to change the world with your product or service. Embrace those people. Create programs for them. Open the kimono for those people. The 10th thing is to seed the clouds. This is about rainmaking and sales. 3 key points. First, to rip off Chairman Mao, although I don't see how he implemented this, let 100 flowers blossom. At the start of a revolution, at the start of your company, you may see people who are not your intended customer use your product in unintended ways. This makes many people freak out. My God, the wrong people are buying our products in large quantities. You know, we need to hire a new agency. We need to reposition our product because they're not the customer. For one thing, if you're an entrepreneur, the first lesson is when this happens, take the money. Take the money. Listen, Apple was supposed to have a spreadsheet database and word processing machine. It produced a desktop publishing machine by mistake. We didn't intend that. Desktop publishing saved Apple Computer. Aldous PageMaker was a gift from God to Apple Computer. And it saved Apple Computer. I believe in God. One of the reasons why I believe in God is there is no other explanation for Apple's continued survival. The second thing is you need to enable test drives to make sales. Let people take your product home, download it. Somehow you're saying to people, I think you're smart, and because I think you're smart, I'm going to enable you to test drive my product. The third way to break down the barrier is to find the true influencers. Many entrepreneurs believe that they need to work at the CXO level. I need to talk to the CIO, CTO, CMO, or CEO. I have found in my career that the higher you go in most large organizations, the thinner the air. The thinner the air, the more difficult it is to support intelligent life. So, as an entrepreneur, if you focus on CMO level people, CXO level people, you'll be dealing with the dumbest people. Look at tech support, secretary, administrative aides. Those people really do the work. They really are the key influencers. Find those people. And my 11th point, and I'm really going to go over time, I'm giving you a bonus to my friends at TIE. This is the 11th point. Don't let the bozos grind you down. They're going to try to grind you down. They're going to tell you it can't work, won't work. We don't need another search engine to Google. We don't need another search engine. Who thought we needed another search engine in 1995? I didn't. Don't let these bozos grind you down. There are 2 kinds of bozos. Slovenly, disgusting, stinky, nerdy, dandruff-covered loser of a person. That bozo says you can't succeed. It's easy to ignore that bozo. You look at that bozo, you say, why should I believe you? You're a loser. That's not the dangerous bozo. The dangerous bozo is skinny, dresses in black, drives a German car, Breitling watch, plays ice hockey, Macintosh PowerBook. You know, that's the dangerous bozo. That's the dangerous bozo. Because when that bozo tells you that you can't succeed, won't succeed, it's not necessary, you might be tempted to believe that bozo. Let me give you some documented bozosity to show you how dangerous bozosity is. I think there's a world market for maybe 5 computers. Thomas Watson, chairman of IBM, allegedly said this in 1943. 5 computers in the world. I have 5 computers in my house. I have all the computers Thomas Watson anticipated. This telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. The device is inherently of no value to us. Western Union, internal memo, 1876. What was Western Union going to do in 1877? Train everybody on the Morse code? But telephony had too many shortcomings. Western Union should be PayPal today. But how can you be PayPal today if you wrote off telephony? They wrote off telephony. There's no reason why anybody would want a computer in their home. Ken Olsen, founder of DEX, did this in 1977. How many have a computer in your house? I don't know why. Why don't you just drive down to the office and use Quicken on a mini computer? And then my final bozosity is my own bozosity. It's too far to drive, and I don't see how it can be a business. I said this to Michael Moritz from Sequoia Capital when he asked me, would you like to interview for the position of CEO of Yahoo? I told him this. At the time, my wife and I were married. Oh, obviously we're married. That's why she was my wife. My wife and I were living in San Francisco. We had one child, my son. My second son was in beta. In other words, she was pregnant. And I didn't want to drive from San Francisco to Menlo Park every day. It was like an hour each way. And I looked at what they were doing. It was a collection of Jerry Yang and David Filo's favorite websites. How can that be a business? Unproven team, unproven technology, unproven business model. Besides that, it was great. So I said this. Now, let's suppose I didn't say this. Let's suppose I took the interview. Let's further suppose I got the CEO job. Then let's be conservative. Let's say that I lasted only 2 years of a 4-year vesting period. Peter Principle kicked its ass, kicked my ass. 2 years into it, the board says, guy, you've done a great job, but we now need real adult supervision. We need someone from New York or Los Angeles who's worked with big media, who can take Yahoo to the next step. So we're firing you today. And I would have said, I hope you understand, I'm not a bitter, litigious person, but I am Asian American. You cannot fire me. Right? You try to fire me. It's just like pulling me off stage. You try. Let me ask you something. If Schwarzenegger went 8 minutes over, would you pull him off stage?
Absolutely.
All right. And I guarantee you, I'm giving them more information than Schwarzenegger gave. Okay, so now they try to fire me. I tell them you can't fire me. This is California. I'm Asian American. You piss me off, there'll be little Japanese ladies picketing in front of Yahoo's offices. So now they go into executive session. They come back and they say, all right, guy, you're right. Let's not make this a big brouhaha legal battle. What do you want? I'd say, well, I'm 2 years into my vesting. Just give me 4 years vesting and I'll walk away happy. By my calculation, this answer cost me $2 billion. Now, $2 billion here, $2 billion there. After a while, you don't need to work anymore, right? If I had done this today, I would own the San Jose Sharks. I would own the San Jose Sharks. So, I've been thinking about this for 10 years now. Why was I so stupid? And I'm thinking about it, and I've come to this conclusion. I did the right thing for the love of my wife, for being there when my 2 boys are growing up. Now I have 4 children. To be there, not working 80 hours a week, not commuting 2 hours a day. I did the right thing for my family. Right. This explains $1 billion. It's the second billion that pisses me off. Pardon all my French today. It's the second billion. The second billion because I was a bozo. I could not see. I had Ken Olsen disease. Ken Olsen. I don't know, he's really getting angry. Ken Olsen. What are you, Democrat? Ken Olsen couldn't see the next curve. I thought that Yahoo was part of the personal computer curve, not the next curve, the internet. I too was a bozo. Don't let the bozos go. They're really. Now it's 2 on 1. All right, so this is really my last slide. If you want more information like this, I have a blog, blog.guykawasaki.com. If you want a copy of this presentation, it's Gene@garage.com. Just send her an email. We'll send you a PDF. If you can't open the PDF and you're on Windows, tough luck. And finally, my stock photography was my buddies from Calgary, iStock Photo, and I'm obviously being pulled off. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.